You feel like you're one small shift away from everything changing, don't you? What if I told you that shift is not a new routine? It's a new way of looking. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to map the exact mental route that makes manifestation feel immediate, the piece most teachers skip, and two simple tests you can try today to prove it to yourself. Hi, I'm your practical manifestation guide. Let's start at the place almost everyone ignores under the beginning. Manifestation can be instant, that's not hype. It's how your mind works. The reason some people seem to get things overnight is because they change the start of the chain. Most of us try to force results at the end of the chain. We push actions, we hustle, we buy programs, and yet the outcomes don't stick. That's because the conveyor belt that creates results starts much earlier than actions. There is a simple internal sequence that shapes everything you experience: focus, beliefs, feelings, thoughts, actions, results. Imagine it like a river. Where the river begins determines where it flows. If you want different water at the end, change the source. Let's unpack it. Focus is the spark. Your beliefs form from what you consistently focus on. Those beliefs create feelings. Feelings generate thoughts. Thoughts produce actions. Actions yield results. If the source doesn't change, the same river will keep flowing, no matter how hard you paddle downstream. So, why do we try to fix results by acting more? Because action is tangible. It feels like progress. But if your focus and beliefs are still stuck, action becomes a battle against yourself, something you start and stop, something you do until you're exhausted. The smarter move is to begin at the start, change your focus. Your brain has an internal filter. Scientists call it the reticular activating system. But you can think of it as a spotlight operator. The spotlight decides what your brain notices. Where you point it, the world lights up. Where you don't, it fades away. Two people can walk the same street and see completely different worlds because their spotlights are on different things. That's the power of focus. It literally selects your reality for you. A simple image proves this. Look at a single picture, and you'll see two different things: a vase or two faces, depending on where your attention rests. The picture doesn't change, your perception does. That same principle works on the bigger canvas of your life. If you change your focus, your perception flips, and your reality begins to rearrange around that perception. So, how do you change focus in a way that actually sticks? Not by chanting empty phrases or repeating affirmations without support. Those tools can help, but they fail when the rest of your system is still pulling evidence for the old story. The real lever is saturating your mind with aligned input. Consistent examples that contradict the beliefs you don't want anymore. Feed your internal spotlight new things until it learns to look for them. Here's a quick practical test I want you to try: the white Jeep exercise. For 3 mornings and 3 nights, look at a clear photo of a white Jeep Wrangler for 60 seconds. Visualize it, notice its shape and color, and say quietly, I see this. Do that each morning when you wake and each night before sleeping. Over those 3 days, you will start seeing white Jeeps in your world, on TV, in neighborhoods, in other people's photos. That's not coincidence. It's your brain retuning to notice what you've asked it to notice. This is how focus rewires reality. Now, let's talk about belief. People often tell you to change your beliefs, to say affirmations, to just believe. But belief rarely flips from words alone. Belief shifts when evidence accumulates. And evidence accumulates when your focus consistently chooses new inputs. If you keep feeding your mind the same proof for your old story, the affirmation becomes noise. The shortcut is this: direct your focus to collect proof for the new story until belief naturally forms. This is why environment matters. If you want abundance, consume stories of abundance. Read about people who made money ethically and with ease. Watch interviews with founders who overcame scarcity. Surround yourself with symbols that represent the life you want: images, podcasts, people. Your attention is like water. It grows whatever you pour it on. Water the parts of your life you want to expand, not the ones you want to avoid. A real example: I used to identify as someone who was always struggling financially. I said the words, I want stability. But my feed was full of evidence for scarcity, news headlines, scarcity minded friends, a binge of canned stories. I shifted my start point. I curated who I spent time with, what I read, and the stories I consumed. Within months, my internal evidence list changed. My feelings moved from fear to curiosity. My thoughts became strategic instead of survival based, and my actions shifted naturally toward choices that produced abundance. The results followed. It wasn't a magic shortcut, it was focus doing the heavy lifting. Let's be practical. Here are 4 daily focus tools you can apply immediately. 1. Curate your feed. Remove or mute one source of fear or negativity right now. 2. Design symbolic anchors. Place a visual reminder of your desire where you'll see it twice a day. 3. Micro practices. Do the 60-second visualization for one chosen desire, morning and night. 4. Social calibration. Spend time with at least one person each week whose life shows the beliefs you want. These small moves teach your spotlight what to look for until it habitually finds it. I want to pause and talk about shadow work. Some teachers say you must heal every wound before you can manifest. That's a noble path, but it can also become a delay tactic. Healing is important, yes, but it's not always the fastest way to new results. Think of shadow work as clearing debris on the road. Useful, sometimes necessary. But you can change the traffic lights, your focus are first, and watch the cars reroute in new directions immediately. Do both, steer first, heal along the way. You don't need perfect repair to start driving a different route. Now let's address dream size. People often limit what they ask for because their inner default is safety. But safe dreams produce safe outcomes. I want you to stretch. When you choose your desire, multiply it by 10. If you think you want X, ask, what would X times 10 look like? Write it down. Let your imagination expand without judgment. A bolder focus trains your filter to find possibilities your smaller self couldn't have seen. There's a subtle but critical distinction between doing and being. When your focus and beliefs shift, actions stop being a struggle. They become natural expressions of who you now are. Going to the gym isn't a chore. It's part of identity. Posting content isn't terrible. It's not. Actions aligned with identity feel inevitable. So your job is less to force action and more to align your inside. So actions flow. 2 quick reality checks to anchor this. First, the vase versus faces image. Same picture, different realities because of focus. Second, the infamous dress. Some saw it black and blue, others saw it white and gold. Once perception changes, you can't unsee it. Your mind flips. That flip is what happens when you saturate your attention with aligned inputs. Perception flips, and reality follows. Let's put the system together with a simple plan you can start today. Step 1, pick one clear desire, not vague, specific. Step 2, create a 60-second image for it. Find, take a photo, or write a sentence that captures an intent. Step 3, do a morning and evening 60-second focus session with that image for 7 minutes. Step 4, uncover a source of fear from your daily consumption. Step 5, note one sign each day that will filter past it. Signs, coincidences, confirmations. These notes become evidence. A short story to long story. I once believed I would never make significant money unless I became an A-list celebrity. That belief shaped my actions, smart choices, small goals, scarcity mindset. Then I changed my focus. I intentionally consumed success stories from people who scam ethically and smartly. I spent time with others who valued purpose. My mind flipped in different ways. Feeling shifted from dread to curiosity. Actions followed. Different offers, better negotiations, new opportunities, and the results transformed my life into a new normal I couldn't have pictured before. This system creates momentum because it rewires your internal filter first. The moment you change focus, your brain starts showing you pieces of the world in admitting. Those pieces become proof becomes belief, belief becomes feeling, feeling becomes action, action becomes result. start, the faster you experience the shift. Before we close, one more quick experiment you can do right now to feel the shift. Think of one simple item, a white Jeep, red umbrella, any distinct object, and hold that image for 60 seconds. Really look at it in your mind. Notice the details, the contours, the shadow, the color. Then go about your day with the expectation to notice it. The next time you see it, pause and register that your mind just showed you something it wouldn't have shown before. That small proof is your training wheels. Here's your practical assignment. Pick one desire. Do the 60-second visualization, morning and night, for 7 days. Remove one fear-based feed from your day. Write down 3 small signs you notice. That's it. Simple, not mystical, completely testable. The world will begin to bend because you bent your attention. Finally, remember this. You don't need to believe everything is possible right now. Your job is not to have faith that it will happen. Your job is to decide what you will focus on. Decide. Saturate your perception. Let the evidence build. Allow your mind to rewrite itself through the new inputs you consistently choose. Type "I'm ready" in the comments and lock that energy in. Commit to the 3-day white Jeep or the 7-day focus plan. Do the work of selecting your spotlight and watch how quickly the world begins to look different. The life you want is visible to you once you teach your brain to find it. Point your spotlight where you want to grow and let reality rearrange itself. I believe in you. Start now.